What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and click that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is going to be your review for Marriage Bootcamp Hip Hop Edition. Now, before we get started, I know y'all gonna get sick of me in this shirt, honey. I got more than one for all of y'all saying that, I just been wearing this shirt for 3 days straight. I got more than one. But anyway, this is my Stand with Bennett shirt. I've said it in my videos before, but I'm going to keep saying it until February the 1st. My school has to raise a whole lot of money in a little bit of time, and I'm asking $5, $10 donation. All the information will be in the description box. Now, with that being said, we are on to the hip hop edition. And let me say something. These couples talk to each other so crazy. And I mean all of them. I mean, they call each other names. Even when they're not really mad at each other. I'm like, maybe it's me. Maybe it's my age. A lot of these people are younger than me. But I'm just like, y'all just be talking to each other crazy. Anyway. So we start this episode off. We see Soulja Boy in bed mad because Nia didn't bring him breakfast in bed. And she said she cooked him breakfast, asked him if he wanted it. He said no. And then 20 minutes later changed his mind and said that he was hungry and got mad because she wouldn't bring it to him in bed. Honey, Nia, if you don't leave this motherfucker alone, I just don't. I get love. Don't get me wrong. I've been there and done that. And I've been a fool for love many times. Okay? Well, I ain't going to say many. I've been a fool for love before. But I don't know where y'all are right now or what y'all doing, but I hope you looking at this going, whoo, glad I got away from this fool, or whoo, I need to get away from this fool. But anyway, so then she turns around and brings him breakfast. Do you know that he would have walked his skinny ass right on down them steps and got him whatever the hell was left? Honey. Anyway, so today's mission, they're dealing with giving over control, being submissive, right? So the first exercise, they have these huge oversized jogging pants, and they have to wear them in some sort of in tandem, and they have to complete household chores while they're doing it. So we see Jessica and Sean had to wash clothes, but they had to do it like old fashioned, like actually in the bucket washing the clothes and hanging the clothes up and everything. They seem to do decent. I mean, they fussed a little bit, whatever, but they was decent. I think their fussing was more because they didn't want to do what they were supposed to be doing much work. I mean, not so much as it was, they were mad at each other. Tammy and Walker, they fussed. Tammy be talking to Walker crazy, but they fussed or whatever. And then he ended up pulling her ass in the pool, and that was his way of, I guess, trying to be funny or whatever. And of course, she didn't appreciate it because she didn't want to get her hair wet. But, Walker's funny. I like Walker Flock. I like him. I like him and Tammy. Because at the end of the day, they love each other. He just got to learn how to keep his you-know-what in his pants. But anyway. Tiffany and Fizz, they had to make the beds. And so in Fizz's mind, that meant, oh, we're going to have sex. Oh, let's go have sex. Oh, it's time to have sex. And Tiffany was like, Negro, no. Last night you said I was just an appetizer who was trying to be a main dish, which means that if that's how you think about me, then nah, don't worry about it. I'm good. I don't need, nope, you can't get none of this. And she said later on, she was like, am I horny? Yes. Do I want to have sex? Yes. But I'm worth more than this. And I said, I was so happy and proud of her, but what I wanted her to do was pack her shit and leave. Because, I mean, other than whatever paycheck y'all getting, this man don't mean you no harm. Like, no good. I'm sorry. He really doesn't. Alright, so that leaves the last two couples. Soulja Boy and Nia. They did what they do best. She's washing the dishes, telling him to dry the dishes. He don't want to dry the dishes because, of course, that's beneath him to dry dishes. So he just standing there talking about how bored he is. And she was like, well, you wouldn't be bored if you would fucking, dry the dishes like I'm asking you to. You wouldn't be bored. You'd be doing something. They got to arguing. She ended up taking the pants off. And he was like, we're going to lose the mission. You taking the pants off. She was like, I don't give a damn about no mission. Tiffany took her pants off too. Because she got mad because he kept trying to get her in bed. And then he comes over. So Nia's outside. They get to arguing. Fuck you. They do what they do. She's outside, I guess cooling off, whatever. And he comes out there. And you know how people can't apologize. He's one of those people that can't apologize. So instead of saying, you know what, I'm sorry, you were right. I probably could have handled that. He going to come out there and talk about something. So you good? And then he did some old half-ass apology. And then they got back. They put the pants back on and they went and finished washing the dishes. Honey. Anyway, if you like it, I love it. So then the couple had to walk up this hill. Now, here's the part about these shows about marriage boot camp that sort of irritates my soul. If I'm going on a show like this, the first thing I'm going to do is do my research. The first thing I'm going to do is look at all the old episodes. Or it's a show that I've already been watching and I'm a fan of. So, the exercise they getting ready to do is the exercise where they have to do an obstacle course and one of them has to be blindfolded. I'm going to need y'all to not act like y'all didn't know that's what y'all was getting ready to do. I'm going to need y'all to not act like that y'all didn't know somebody was getting ready to be blindfolded. Because I refuse to believe that out of those couples, was it 4 couples, that ain't none of y'all ever watched any old episodes. Because they do this particular exercise on every fucking season. They just switch up the surroundings. You know, they've done it in the water. They've done, you know, anyway. So basically, they're driving a car through an obstacle course, and one of them has to navigate the other one because the person driving is going to be blindfolded. So they have to navigate. So, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you. So Lil Mo and her husband, Damo, they actually did the best job. They had to do a workout together. And they actually worked it out. They were in tandem. They were able to get all the activities done. I mean, and they were laughing and everything. Like, it was cool. Like, for the first time, I really saw them, you know, Mo let go of her Lil Mo thing and was just having a good time with her husband. And I thought that was really sweet. So, for the obstacle course, Soulja Boy and Nia went first. Oh, y'all know what they did. They argued and whatever. Sean and Dom did okay. They just went slow. Like it was like Sean didn't quite trust her. He was going, like, she was giving him directions and he was going really, really slow. Like, I know she told me to put my foot on the gas, but I don't really know if she mean put my foot on the gas. So I'm gonna keep going, you know. But they did a decent job. Tammy and Walker didn't do really well, and they ended up getting into a really big argument because she was like, you know, his directions just weren't clear, and I was confused, and, you know, and I was like, and Tammy was really going off. Like, Tammy was just, and Walker was trying to talk to her, and he was like, I don't want to talk to you right now, leave me alone, and it was a lie. I was like, Tammy, what's really good, boo? You know, but when it was all over said and done, there was a winner and a loser. The team that, it wasn't so much who did it the fastest, but who was able to complete the obstacle course the best. And they gave it to Lil Mo and her husband. And so they won a dinner, like a nice dinner. And then the loser ended up having to serve them. So the loser was Fizz and Tiffany, who, y'all, I done told y'all twice. I keep saying that they don't even need to be there. They ain't even no real couple. But whatever. So they had to serve them, and the rest of them had to just eat some peanut butter and jelly and snacks and stuff they had for them. So it was cute, you know. They came out for dinner, and you know, Fizz and Tiffany came down to serve them. And I think at first Fizz and Tiffany were really, I mean, they ain't like the fact that they had to do it, but I think they were really gonna, you know, they were gonna be cool with you know, doing it. But then, of course, you know how folk gotta do. They had to be extra. Damo kept dropping his napkin, getting them to pick the napkin up, and, you know, kept asking for stuff, ringing the bell for no reason. So then, you know, so Tiffany and them was like, okay, I got something for you. So they done mixed up the peppers from the exercise from the day before. They done mixed the peppers up in the mashed potatoes. They done rubbed the steak down with some more hot peppers, and, you know, and so it was cute and it was fun, and, you know, it was what it was. But nobody really got mad. It was just kind of like, oh, you gonna play that game? Okay, we're gonna play this game. Oh, you wanna play this game? All right, we're gonna play that game. It was cool. But you actually saw Tiffany and Fizz working together, which is actually, that's the most I done seen them. I guess when you have a common enemy, honey, you can be boop, boop. Because that's the most I done seen them work together this whole daggone episode. Well, season is only episode 3, but. Alright, so then we saw Tammy try to talk to Walker about the argument they had early in the day. And Walker basically was telling her, you gotta stop popping off so quick. Like, you go from 0 to 1,000, and there's really no in between. And of course, she was like, you know, she was, I'm not, I hear what you're saying, but you don't understand, you know, I see things that you don't see, and I'm trying to warn you about stuff, because she had told a story earlier about a friend of theirs who she felt like was trying to push up on him because she gave him her phone number instead of calling Tammy first. But again, they have a trust issue, so I understand where Tammy's coming from, because her issue, had there never been any infidelity or any type of trust issue with them, that probably wouldn't have been a problem for her. But the fact that they do have infidelity, and the fact that they do have that as a big part of their history, of course she's going to be leery of you communicating with women and exchanging phone numbers and all of that. Of course that's going to be an issue. So we finally have, Judge Lynn Toller comes through to give them, they're doing a jury of your peers. So she's going couple by couple and letting other people sort of give input or what have you. And again, that wasn't really eventful for me. I mean, maybe other people looking at the show see it, but it wasn't really eventful for me. But she started with Tammy and Walker, and she tried to tell Tammy the same thing. Like, did you hear what your husband was saying to you? And she was like, I heard him. And she was like, see, here's the thing. A conversation has, and this is so, oh my gosh, this was so real. She was like, a conversation has a lot of pauses. Because if I say something to you and you're ready to respond as soon as I'm done talking, that means that somewhere halfway through what I said, you already started coming up with your response instead of listening to everything I said. I said, man, oh man, that is deep. That is so real. That is so true. And then she started doing it to her. She was like, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And then Tammy, was starting to get a little you could tell she was getting upset a little bit. And Judge Toller was like, now understand something. She said, I'm not coming at you accusatory. I'm coming at you like a daughter. I'm just talking to you because I'm trying. She said that anger can make you can mess with you physically. I'm just trying to help save you some heartache, save you something. And honey, Tammy broke down and started crying. And she said, people always tell me that. They tell me that I'm just angry. And I'm like, I'm not mad. But people just always tell me that. She said, and maybe I am. Maybe that's something I need to figure out is why am I mad? What am I mad about? So, Tiffany and Drew, they ain't got, again, I'm not going to keep talking about Tiffany and Drew because they don't need to be there. Soldier Boy and Nia, she asked the, Don P, she said, what do you think their problem is? And she was like, I see a lot of immaturity. And she said, on both parts. And I think Nia needs to hear that because it ain't just him. Like, he immature, but you got some shit with you too. You got some immaturity with you too, babe. Now, out of the two of y'all, I wouldn't put him in the same category as you. But both of y'all, I just think y'all just not good for each other. And Soldier Boy, he ain't gonna be good for nobody right now. He's too full of himself. He needs to kind of come off of that. But they said that, they feel like Don Peace is sort of hiding. She's not pretending like everything is all good, but people are assuming everything is all good because she spends so much time in her room. And because she spends so much time in her room, Sean spends a lot of time in her room. And so it looks like they're really, when actually it's maybe not what it seems. And so she was like, open up the door, let people in a little bit. And, but she gave the punishment to Soldier Boy, going back to that whole bring me breakfast in bed type thing. She was like, you got mad because Nia didn't bring you breakfast in bed. And then when she did bring you breakfast in bed, you didn't even have the courtesy to say thank you. She said, so you know what? You're going to make breakfast for everybody tomorrow morning. Here goes Soldier Boy. All right, but all I know how to make is cereal and warm up some Hot Pockets. Shit, this motherfucker. Drew wanted to talk to the doctors alone, and I really think Drew wanted to talk to the doctors alone because I think Drew wanted to be like, look, I can't do this, I'm out. But they ended up having a conversation where basically Drew was saying, I end up in the same place with all my relationships. I end up right back here. None of my relationships seem to last longer than 9 months, and I always end up here in this space. And basically the judge was like, so then the problem can't be everybody else. The problem is you, bruh. And he was like, yeah, you might be right. Anyway, y'all, that's this week's episode of Marriage Bootcamp, Hip Hop Edition. Let me know what you think. Drop it in the comments, please.